This is OYAYO's 88 key electronic piano, and it's got a pretty neat trick up its sleeve. If you're in a home studio and you really want a full-size piano but you're super tight on storage space, this one folds in half. Yeah, that's pretty neat, right? I don't think I've ever seen a full-size piano before being approached by the company to check this one out that folds in half, and it's a really cool idea because I've been gigging with the piano for almost 10 years now, and carrying it around is a real pain. And you can carry it all around in this really neat, pretty small bag there. It's quite incredible, really. You can get a full-size piano in that bag. That comes along with it, along with the music stand, which goes on the back of the keyboard, a sustain pedal, and a USB lead too. The keys themselves are semi-weighted. You get 129 different sounds, 128 different rhythms to practice along with. You also get a built-in rechargeable lithium battery, which OYAYO say you can get up to 10 hours out of. I'm thinking that this piano could be really useful for buskers where you haven't got a mains power supply. You also get Bluetooth connectivity, which is going to be really handy for beginners learning using Bluetooth supported apps on their tablets and phones. But there's no getting away from it. The fact that this full-size piano folds in half is its main selling point. So onto the keys themselves, and they certainly feel a fair bit more piano-like compared to my MIDI controller. That sort of semi-weightedness certainly gives a little bit more of an acoustic piano feel. Sound-wise, I found things a little bit disappointing. Yes, there's a whole breadth of sounds you can choose from, 129 in total, but I would have much rather that the basic piano ones and the speakers were just that little bit better. Sound at the moment is being picked up by my condenser mic just above the camera, so it should give you a fair idea of what the speakers sound like. Navigation on the piano is pretty straightforward. You've just got 6 buttons here on the front that shortcut you. First one's the power, then you've got tone, which relates to those 129 different sounds. You've got a whole bunch of demos too, rhythm section, you've got a metronome and a record function too. Everything else is operated by this jog wheel, and it can get a little bit fiddly. In its standard function, the jog wheel operates your volume, so that makes sense and is pretty straightforward. One click of the jog wheel then opens up the separate menus into options like transposing, tempo, sleep mode, dynamic mode, LEDs, record, playback, chords, double voice, split keys, a whole bunch of sub-menus which you can then control by punching in with the jog wheel. Yes, it's a little bit fiddly, but it does work, and I'm sure it keeps the cost down, and it certainly keeps the aesthetics looking nice. So the inbuilt sounds are okay, and the built-in speakers are passable. You can bypass these speakers though. There's a mini jack in the front, which will send you either to headphones, or you can line it out to a separate speaker to improve the sound. But where I found this piano really came to life when I was using it in my home studio was when I connected it up via USB, and I used it as a MIDI slave. Then I had access to some great sounding piano VSTs, so the piano sounded great. I've also got that rather playable keyboard that I can take advantage of, and of course when I'm done recording and playing, I can fold it in half and store it in the corner of my home studio. Something else worth taking note of is also down to the design of it folding in half. I wouldn't play it on a standard X folding stand because the weak point's in the middle. It definitely wants to sit on a flat surface. I used to use an ironing board back in the day, and I think that would be a perfect stand for this piano. Also worth mentioning that at the moment, this actually isn't even plugged in. I'm just using the built-in lithium battery, which, as I said at the top of the video, OYAYO claim lasts for up to 10 hours. Now, yeah, I used to do a lot of busking back in the day, and I knew a lot of people that play piano, and this would be very, very useful for that, especially because it stores in half as well, so it's very easy to take around when you're busking. But also, I've used it running off the battery in the studio today because I'm a bit short of plugs up here. So that's come in really handy as well, just makes it super, super portable. So onto cost, and here in the UK, you're looking at around £200. So would I recommend this foldable piano to beginners? Oh, I'm gonna sit on the fence and say maybe yes, maybe no. Now the no side of me says that for an extra 70 or 80 pounds, you can get a full-size stage piano from Thomann, like the DP26, which I use for gigging and has been gigging for the last 8 years, and you get a much better acoustic piano experience. But the other side of the fence, if you want to take advantage of some of the features that are in this feature-laden piano, then this may be the way to go. Now on the downside, it doesn't sound nearly as good as, say, the DP26, which is about 70 or 80 pounds more. But if you line it out to a separate Bluetooth speaker or an external speaker, you're going to improve the quality of their sounds a lot because you're not going through those rather crummy inbuilt speakers. The inbuilt battery too could come in really handy, and if you're tight on space, let's not forget, this one folds in half, making it really portable and easy to get to practice sessions, lessons, and of course for storing away. And of course, if you are starting out and learning, that this piano also has Bluetooth could be a big selling point to you too, making it easy for this piano to connect up to those learning apps. But also, as I've mentioned throughout this video, this foldable piano could really appeal to buskers and even piano players that work in a group and are just sick and tired of carrying around that heavy piano. It's lightweight, it can fit in a really small bag, which comes with the piano. You can also easily line it out to a PA system or slave it out to MIDI. And of course, finally, it may appeal to home studio owners that work in a limited space too and just don't have the space to have a full-size piano set up all the time, but also want to take advantage of that breadth of notes. That's kind of how it appeals to me. I had it set up yesterday running through addictive keys and it sounds great. If you want to find out more about the OYAYO 88 key folding electronic piano, there's a link below this video. You can also check out a free gear guide where I've got a whole bunch of home studio recommendations for you. The link again is below this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but most importantly, go and have yourself a great day.